The following contest is for the ACW Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. He hails from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 162 pounds. This is Snoop Strike. It's been a long time coming, MSL, but Snoop Strikes finally getting a one-on-one opportunity against Troy Hollywood, since Hollywood became arguably the most dominant ACW Cruiserweight champion of all time with a record of 26-0. And his opponent. Weighing in at 205 pounds, he is your reigning and defending ACW Cruiserweight champion with a record of 26-0. This is Troy Hollywood. And yes, he told me I had to announce the record of 26-0.
As you should. I mean, one of the most impressive records we've ever had here in the World Wrestling Network. 26-0 as champion. You think about the fact that that means there's been no time limit draws. There's been no double disqualifications. There's been no double countouts. There's been no contest due to an early injury.
No, and I'll tell you, DTA 2017 actually, multiple men in the matchup. Snoop Strikes maybe a hair away from winning the matchup. Champion wouldn't even have had to lose the fall, but instead, Troy able to get in there and take advantage.
That should have counted as multiple victories.
You know, some might argue. And that's the thing, the odds, and this is by Hollywood's own doing, there's been times where the odds are up against him. No one's been able to stop him. And think about this. Think about these two, and it was a little over a year ago. It was DTA 2016. Snoop was challenging for that very championship against the late great Richard Delicious. And after a miscommunication between these two men here, it was Hollywood just really hitting Snoop Strikes out of nowhere and ending a friendship that had been going on for years. These guys truly were the epitome of brothers from different mothers. And we hadn't seen Hollywood for months. And then he reemerged at Dangerous Attentions 2016, attacking Snoop. And then, of course, knocking him out at Yuletide Beatings 2016, defeating Snoop. Snoop came in a heck of a lot more calm at My Bloody Valentine 2017. But even then, Hollywood was able to out-wrestle him. So what happens tonight, MSL? Does Snoop finally pull it off, or does Hollywood show why he is the most dominant and unstoppable Cruiserweight champion in ACW history?
Well, these two were such a great tag team previously here in ACW, as Saeed Al-Sabah scouting this match as well.
Oh, you're right. Saeed Al-Sabah is indeed at ringside.
As he still decides which championship he would like to cash in on. But these two, as they dead even here, stalemate on the collar and elbow tie-up. Not just one of the best tag teams we've ever had. This has been one of the greatest rivalries in the Cruiserweight division. You mentioned the 26-0. As the Cruiserweight champion, Troy Hollywood, think about some of the greatest winning streaks in sports history. Whether that was Rocky Marciano retiring 49-0 as heavyweight champion, whether that was the Miami Hurricanes 58-0 at home, longest winning streak in college football in terms of home games. And then, of course, as Snoop goes for the cover there, 173-0, Bill Goldberg as heavyweight world champion. And this is the legacy that Troy Hollywood wants to leave. I think what he's done as champion is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in ACW.
And MSL, I cannot argue with you. And when people, wait a minute, thought it was going to be a clean break, and it was up until Troy Hollywood. Shades of when he attacked Snoop, and by the way, did you see Snoop's ankle hitting the table there?
I don't know if Troy saw it though, because if he did, he needs to go after the ankle.
He sure does. It looks like Hollywood might be going for some air, but instead, called by Snoop, seeing the move coming, and they just have counter after counter into the pinfall. Not able to keep him down, and this reminds me a lot of the matchup at My Bloody Valentine. These guys tit for tat. Seems like they have an answer for everything the other has to throw at them. Both men ducking the kicks, blocking the kicks, catching the kicks. This is amazing. Thinking the same and kipping up the same. Both showing the damage, but MSL so impressive they're both back on their feet.
Well, former tag team partners, and now over the last few months, such rivals that they've been here in the Cruiserweight division. As Snoop hits a nice exploding drop kick there. But the thing is, they know each other inside and out, as we've seen in the past. I don't know what it's going to take for either man to pin the other when they have a counter for everything.
Well, no, that's the truth, and that's the thing. The difference between the matchup they had at Yuletide Beatings, Snoop came in there, honest to goodness, full of P&V, and it ended up backfiring on him. In fact, as we talked about, he literally ended up getting knocked out flying outside of the ring. However, at My Bloody Valentine, it was a lot more like what you're seeing here, except Hollywood was just that much better. The question is right now, if you're scoring this on points, MSL, does Snoop have the edge, even if it's by a point?
Well, and also, if you're Troy Hollywood, do you feel extra pressure? You know, you mentioned scoring on points. We don't have judges here. If this goes to a time limit draw or something else happens, even if Troy doesn't lose the title, as he throws Snoop all the way to the floor. What a move there.
That was bad, Snoop.
Troy could lose his streak, though, and I think that's equally important to him.
Oh, Snoop in a bad way. Dumped onto the floor there, and I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the count right now, not only does the champion usually have the advantage that the champion could be counted out and hold on to the title, but of course, if Snoop's knocked out, I mean, that's it. This is a situation where Hollywood retains, but wait a minute. Looks like Hollywood coming out after Snoop.
Troy Hollywood breaking the count here as you hear the referee restart. But I think because things are so personal, as there's a big chop from Troy Hollywood, because things are so personal, Trevor, maybe a count-out win just wouldn't have been satisfying to Troy Hollywood.
No, that's a great point. You know, Hollywood, I think, wants to emphatically defeat Snoop. His argument is, I beat him twice already. Of course, it wasn't while he was champion. As Snoop's thrown into the wall by Hollywood.
Also, the gamesmanship is so high at this level. Such elite athletes that we have here. Probably the two best cruiserweights in ACW.
Absolutely.
It's tough to argue otherwise. So it could have been Troy Hollywood saying, hey, wait a second. Is Snoop getting a breather on the outside? I might have knocked the wind out of him with that throw. Should I let him recover for 9 seconds? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going after him.
Well, no, and that's a great point. And once again, I keep talking about their matchup at Yuletide Beatings. Snoop was knocked out, but Snoop wouldn't stay down. Snoop multiple times, just like what you saw there, the attack by Hollywood. Snoop was out on his feet, but he kept managing to get his shoulder up. Hollywood still had to go to town to take him out, and ultimately did. And that's the thing right now. Maybe he sees that coming. And remember this, too. Snoop's been under the tutelage of a veteran in John Cruz. What has Snoop learned? What is different about Snoop since Hollywood last had a face of one-on-one? As Hollywood, multiple slams here on Snoop.
Yeah, but what he's doing, too, and he may have sensed on that big throw to the floor as he goes for a cover, he may have sensed landing on the back or that tailbone. Let me keep slamming him on that same area over and over, the same area that took all the impact when he was thrown to the floor.
And not only do you bring up a great point, our view a little obscured when Snoop went over that top rope. So we don't know exactly what hit first, just like you do at home watching on WWE on Live or Fight TV. You got the best seat in the house. But nevertheless, it's a matter of watching Snoop, seeing what effect has this matchup taken and what authority hit down. Able to kick out, but the way that elbow there into the gut of Snoop strikes.
Well, and you see the way that the way Troy positioned his body as Snoop was coming off the ropes. Not just to hit him in the face with the elbow, but to have as much of the meat of the bicep connect as well to make sure to knock him down with extra force.
No, absolutely. Great insights here from Mr. St. Laurent, our color analyst here with a background in combat sports. And what you're seeing right now is in the Cruiserweight division, taking his eye off the ball.
A little too much there.
Well, just when we were seeing too much and some signs of life from Snoop, you see here Hollywood with the palm strike. Is that it? No, Snoop able to get a shoulder up. And I am impressed, MSI. I don't know where Snoop keeps digging down inside to pull it out, but he is still in this matchup.
He's still in this matchup, but right now, who would you rather be? Snoop Strikes or Troy Hollywood? So Troy Hollywood, knowing he's got the advantage, has to stay on him, but what a counter from Strikes with the chin breaker.
Indeed, and you saw that drop kick again to the chin. What height and elevation there. And we've talked before about Troy Hollywood and the size differential between him and most of his opponents as Snoop rolls through. How's he going to follow that up? Running elbow. I'm impressed by the sudden burst of energy in Snoop Strikes. You got to think adrenaline flowing. What a running European uppercut.
Well, it's just the way that the weight is distributed on Hollywood as Snoop goes up to the second. Oh, but countered with the spine buster.
And Snoop kicks out.
But Troy, just the way his weight is distributed, he's one of the tallest men you'll ever see in the Cruiserweight division. He has to use that height advantage. He's got easily several inches over Snoop Strikes, and that's why we're seeing from Snoop. Snoop is coming low on a lot of his moves and trying to go high, whether it was the basement-style drop kick, whether it was coming out of the corner. He's got to, if you are the smaller man, you need to aim up, try to clip the guy on the chin.
No, all great points once again, and that's the thing. Hollywood is built different than your average Cruiserweight. He's right there at 205 pounds, and he took every inch of Snoop Strikes and speared him into the mat. I'm impressed if Snoop can still breathe yet. After being hit, you got to think the wind got knocked out of him, and now he's in a bad way again here. The ropes referee's got to get in there. Clubbing down is Hollywood. He's in some trouble here is Snoop.
We're also seeing the composure of the champion, Troy Hollywood, as he lands repeated blows to the chest of Snoop Strikes, but also staying aware of the referee's count. He's doing something illegal. You got till 5 to break, and a lot of guys will get carried away in that situation, lose track of the count, and get disqualified.
Well, and you got to think, though, and I agree with you, but you got to think the referee given a little bit of latitude here, given what's up for stake here, is Snoop just able to get a shoulder up, knowing this is a Cruiserweight Championship matchup.
And a streak match, because he retains the title on the DQ, but the streak would be ruined.
That's a great point. You know, you bring up such a great point once again here when it comes to that streak. Is that part of what's in Hollywood's head?
It's extra pressure. I mean, most champions in wrestling have that champion's advantage, and if he's worried about the streak as he almost gets rolled over there, oh, cutter out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, you can't have the same defensive strategy if you are trying to protect the streak.
No, you're absolutely right. But right now, the ACW faithful here at the Gulfview Event Center getting behind Snoop Strikes. He's back to his feet, MSL. Running clothesline twice
look
over.
At the way he leaps on the clothesline, too. It's a leaping clothesline to get right under that chin.
Yeah, making sure he gets in there. Again, the height differential we talked about here. Snoop catches on flying head scissors. And MSL's the champion in some trouble here.
Yeah, he definitely is in trouble. Nice up and over there from Troy to buy himself some time, but he gets hit right in the face. I think both men got hit.
Yeah, Snoop sliding through. Hollywood, rare mistake, finding himself on the ground. And there goes Snoop.
Nice quebrada there. Oh, I'm sorry, the pescado over the top rope. Tope Suicida from Snoop Strikes, and he's really feeling it now. One after another with these dives to the floor.
And Hollywood's having to use the apron to stay up, and Snoop taking him out. But now we did talk about the champion's advantage, and even if the streak is something on his mind, exactly, Snoop needs to get him back inside of the ring. Snoop heading to the top here. Champion's prone in the center of the ring. Huge frog splash. Can he capitalize? Are we looking at a new champion? No, Hollywood kicks out. Credit to the champion, MSL, able to just get that shoulder up.
Well, he's been 26-0 for a reason. It's not like the competition has been tomato cans. He's been fighting top cruiserweights. As you mentioned, sometimes multiple cruiserweights in the same match.
Absolutely.
So you think about 26-0, it's something we may never see again.
Snoop might have been going for the code red, and Hollywood saw it coming, stopping Snoop. Oh, whatever he was going for, power there. He's crumpled down. Snoop with that basement drop kick while the handspring was going on to Hollywood. And then he landed on his head, but somehow still had his faculties because he hit that elbow right to the head of Snoop. But Snoop with an answer there with that bicycle kick. Every one of these strikes so impactful, MSL, by both men. Good Lord, 2 springboards, but this time it was Hollywood who connects with the Ace Crusher. And no, the champion does not retain. Somehow Snoop Strikes just got a shoulder up, MSL.
I don't know where the challenger is getting this from, as Snoop Strikes has taken so much punishment in this match. Troy Hollywood has been pulling out all the stops, moves that have put away 26 other competitors, actually more than that, because of those multiple man matches that he was victorious in. But look at Troy Hollywood here. He's not getting frustrated. He's staying on the attack. He's keeping his cool, and that's part of why he's been such a great champion.
Both of these men have suffered. You want to talk about some battle scars in this matchup? I am impressed that either one's even moving at this point, and the champion right now, not only in control, but he's looking emphatically in control, MSL. Look, Snoop can't even keep himself up. Having to not just hold onto the ropes, but I mean, his equilibrium seems gone. Not sure what Hollywood's thinking here, but he's heading to the top, following Snoop. Snoop's fighting off. It might be a superplex attempt.
Headbutt from Snoop Strikes. Oh, but what a jumping knee from the champion.
I mean, Snoop's about to fall off of the top rope. The post is the only thing holding up Snoop Strikes right now. Hollywood following him up there. MSL, this could be the end. Snoop, though, managing to hold on still. Both men are in really no man's land. Thankfully, Hollywood able to get to his feet. Thankfully for Hollywood, that is, but Snoop's still on the top as he's fighting his way down. And look at the legs of Hollywood. He's starting to crumple. And are we seeing some of that tutelage from John Cruz in action here, Em? What a beautiful Hurricanrana. Lucha style after a tightrope walk. Champion, though, instinctively and smartly getting outside of the ring. He cannot lose the championship outside of the ring. And he caught the punt. And not only that, he caught Snoop. MSL, this could be bad.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for the Walk of Fame on the outside, but Snoop escaped.
Yeah, it could have been bad again, but it said Snoop, you're kidding me. Slice bread, number 2, using the post. What kind of shape is either man going to be in? But Hollywood taking the brunt. And the agility of Snoop Strikes. Full of fire here, MSL. Snoop's feeling it. ACW Faithful's feeling it. Code Red connects. Are we looking at a new champion? No! Hollywood kicks out again. What is it going to take, MSL, to put away the champion? I don't think it could be done.
What's it going to take to put away either of these men? So evenly matched in their own ways. You got the speed advantage from Snoop Strikes. You got the size advantage from Troy Hollywood. But the brothers from different mothers that have known each other for so long, that used to be so close and now such bitter rivals. And the Cruiserweight Championship's at stake, but I think he's caught in that apron.
And as these guys are fighting outside of the ring here, like you said, caught in the apron, that's bad. What's Hollywood thinking here? A very prone Snoop Strikes, stuck in the apron, putting off the head of Snoop Strikes, is the champion. MSL, the official, may have no choice but to stop this matchup. Can Snoop even continue right now? Again, punted twice. He can't even defend himself, MSL.
Oh, he's trapped there. 2 huge punts to the head. He might be out. Could be academic here.
Oh, I think it's more than academic. I mean, I think at this point, We're probably going to need some medical attention for Snoop Strikes. Shades of Yuletide beatings. Looks like he's out on his feet. And like you said, Walk of Fame could be coming. He hits it. Walk of Fame. And this is it. 1, 2, 1. Snoop got a shoulder up. How in God's name did he get his shoulder up, MSL?
I'm completely stunned here. Never thought anybody would kick out of the Walk of Fame, especially after the 2 punts. And you see the hand gesture there from Snoop Strikes.
Oh, Snoop's in a bad way. You can see he's got some, not sure if it's snot or what on his face. Hit so hard. You got to wonder if he got that shoulder up truly based on instinct. You know, I know we use it as maybe arguably some hyperbole, but this is a situation where, again, we've seen Snoop out on his feet, and this may be Snoop Strikes knocked out on his feet. A lot of credit, by the way, to senior official Lee Canfield getting in there and checking on Snoop, making sure he can continue. But he does have discretion to stop this matchup if he needs to. But wait, Snoop! Crucifix! Not enough, though. The champion able to get a shoulder up despite being surprised by the attack of Snoop Strikes, who we thought honestly was out, MSL.
Well, both men have been so worn down here and have taken so much punishment. The only thing I can think is maybe there's not as much force as usual on some of these moves, like the Walk of Fame, like that crucifix driver from Snoop Strikes, and somehow these men are kicking out. I mean, this is one of the greatest wars we have ever seen for the ACW Cruiserweight Championship.
I don't think I've ever seen a match contested like this in the whole division, let alone the championship. And honestly, the closest thing might have been these two facing off at My Bloody Valentine earlier this year. Both men going for the headbutt at the same time. And again, good Lord, MSL. Concussive force, you can see they're falling into each other. They can barely stand. This is insane. Somehow Snoop coming back to life. I've heard about second and third and fourth. I mean, this could be the 10th win for this kid as he catches the champion in the gut. Both men have to be so winded. What a release German suplex by the champion, using the tights to stop Snoop's run. That has to be it, but no. Snoop again gets up, and the champion wasting no time. Bicycle kick. Snoop somehow gets an arm onto the bottom rope. I mean, you want to talk about a hair away, MSL. Had their positioning been any different in the ring, it would have been 27-0. Instead here, things continue.
I don't even know if he intended. The arm may have just kind of flailed onto that rope. Well, nonetheless, it breaks the pinfall attempt.
And if you ever wondered why other combat sports have rounds, it's fights like this. What these guys are doing to each other. No time to check what shape they're in. No time to give them a moment to catch their breath. They continue to battle. Snoop now fighting and fighting. But you got to wonder, does he have enough to stop Hollywood? And it's not looking like it. Hollywood is just leaving Snoop in a heap here. Referee has to decide, is Snoop not able to defend himself? He's calling for it. Good Lord. Falcon's Arrow. That's going to be it, MSL. Looks like the champion's going to retain here. Where is he getting the energy?
We are seeing a superhuman display from both men here. Troy Hollywood, Snoop Strikes, as this battle continues for the Cruiserweight Championship of American Combat Wrestling. Troy Hollywood trying to continue to prove that he is the greatest ACW Cruiserweight champion in history as he kicks Snoop Strikes right in the face
And
2 times in a row.
Just when the ACW faithful was getting behind Snoop strikes, Snoop again left in a heap. That could be vomit, that could be snot. I'm just not sure what's on his face, but it just tells you what this young man's been through. And the credit to this young man for refusing to give up. But there gets a point, MSL, you gotta think about your career. You gotta think about fighting another day. Good Lord! I don't know if that was teeth or what that went flying there. But the bicycle kick not only connecting, but he's got Snoop and he's getting ready. Oh, you're kidding me.
Well, he'd normally go for the Walk of Fame from that position, but with Snoop kicking out earlier, maybe he thinks he needs something bigger.
If he hits a Walk of Fame from up in the ropes, that would be catastrophic, and I think Snoop knows it. He's fighting for dear life. This is arguably the most pivotal moment in this matchup. Is headbutt after headbutt. ACW faithful is behind Snoop. And Snoop, he's getting it cinched in. Toe rat from the top rope. Can he capitalize? Are we gonna have a new champion? We do! Here is your winner, and new ACW Cruiserweight Champion, Snoop Strike! MSL, I thought it might have been impossible, but the impossible just became possible. You have a brand new ACW Cruiserweight Champion. What a battle between these two. And though I'm sure Troy Hollywood is devastated to see the end of his title reign, there is no shame in a defeat like this. What a battle between the two best in all of the ACW Cruiserweight division. See Hollywood just shocked. The ACW faithful going nuts here for Snoop Strikes. Send things down to the hardcore giant. Let's hear from the new champion, Snoop Strikes.
Hands on your new ACW Cruiserweight Champion, Snoop Strikes. Snoop had an incredible performance, ending the hottest streak in ACW of your former brother from another mother, Troy Hollywood. You gotta be loving this moment.
ACW, it's about that time. Cruiserweight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the new ACW Cruiserweight Champion, Snoop.
Indeed, history has been made here tonight. MSL, WWN, and ACW present Hallow Reckoning. Do you realize we've had 3 new champions crowned tonight, and there's still 2 more championship matches to come? Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you are enjoying Hallow Reckoning thus far. We're just getting started, but first, we're going to take a brief intermission. We'll be back before you know it.